Most gardeners treat rotting wood like trash. You see it in piles behind houses or scattered around gardens, and the common instinct is to toss it or burn it, but that mistake is silently hurting your soil. When we ignore decomposing wood, we miss out on one of the most powerful natural soil amendments available. Without it, soils become weaker over time, microbes lose key food sources, and plant roots never reach their full potential. Crops grow slower, yields drop, and the soil becomes compacted and less biologically active. Before we go further, let me share a tool that changed how I understand soil moisture and health. I started using a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, which measures soil moisture, temperature, pH, and sunlight levels. This tool lets you see what's actually happening underground. In one of my beds, the surface looked damp, but roots were stressed because the wood wasn't interacting properly with the soil yet. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It's simple, precise, and honestly, a game changer for serious gardeners. The problem with modern gardening advice is it prioritizes compost fertilizers and quick fixes. While those are important, they rarely mention the role of decomposing wood. Surface compost feeds microbes, but wood decomposing deeper in your soil provides a slow-release source of carbon minerals and moisture that really can't be replicated by bagged fertilizers. Without it, your garden soil loses its structure. Roots struggle to penetrate compacted areas, and water drains too quickly, leaving your plants stressed. You might be watering every day and still see wilting, yellowing leaves or poor fruiting. That's a soil biology problem, not a watering problem. Rotting wood is like a secret feeding ground for microbes. Fungi, bacteria, and beneficial insects thrive on decomposing wood, creating channels and pores in the soil. These channels allow water and oxygen to reach deep roots, and microbes convert carbon and minerals into plant-available nutrients. I tested this in a raised bed with tomatoes and peppers. One bed had a buried log partially decomposed for a year, and another bed had similar soil without any wood. The bed with wood not only retained moisture longer, but produced thicker stems, deeper roots, and significantly higher yields. By late season, I counted nearly 40% more tomatoes than the control bed. To get started, you'll want to select partially decomposed logs or thick branches. Be sure to avoid treated wood or freshly cut logs, since those can either leach chemicals or, temporarily pull nitrogen from your soil during decomposition. The main thing you're looking for is wood that's soft but still has its structure intact. For raised beds, dig a trench about 6 to 8 inches deep and lay the wood horizontally along the length of the bed. Then, just cover it with soil and compost so the roots can make good contact. If you're working with containers, you can place smaller pieces vertically to create little pockets that help retain moisture and feed microbial life. The buried wood basically acts like a sponge soaking up water when you irrigate or when it rains, and then slowly releasing it to the surrounding roots. At the same time, fungi and microbes start to colonize the wood, which, over time, really improves nutrient cycling and the overall structure of your soil. Mulching is still important. Straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips reduce evaporation and help maintain surface temperature. But, mulch alone can't create the deep, slow-release moisture reservoir that decomposing wood provides. The combination of buried wood and surface mulch is what turns a raised bed into a nearly self-sustaining ecosystem. Even with wood in your beds, you need to check soil conditions to ensure plants are accessing it. This is where the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter shines. You can measure moisture at multiple depths to see how far water penetrates and how effectively roots are tapping into the decomposing wood. Over time, it helps you adjust irrigation to reduce waste and maximize root growth. Rotting wood slowly releases carbon, calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals into your soil. This gradual nutrient release stabilizes pH over time and feeds beneficial fungi that further enhance nutrient availability. In my experience, beds with buried wood showed improved nutrient density in leafy greens and better fruit flavor in tomatoes and peppers. You'll notice that roots naturally grow toward decomposing wood following the microbial hotspots. This creates a denser, more efficient root network, which improves plant resilience during dry periods and stress conditions. For larger backyard plots, multiple logs or large branches can be buried in trenches along rows. For small urban gardens, a single log in the center of a raised bed can make a huge difference. The key is ensuring roots can reach the wood and that there's enough soil coverage for moisture retention. For container systems, even small pieces of partially rotted wood placed vertically can create moisture and nutrient pockets. The principle works anywhere roots can access the decomposing material. So, don't use treated or painted wood. Those chemicals can really harm your soil biology. Also, avoid fresh logs, because as they break down, they can actually pull nitrogen from the soil and, well, temporarily starve your plants. And just make sure your wood is in direct contact with the soil and at least partially covered. Or otherwise, moisture just won't be retained effectively. Monitoring your soil is, honestly, critical. Even with wood in place, surface conditions can be kind of misleading. That's why tools like the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter are, essential for serious gardeners who want consistent results. Compost is great for adding nutrients and organic matter, but it breaks down pretty quickly and only feeds the surface microbial population. Fertilizers, they provide specific nutrients, sure, but they don't really improve soil structure or boost microbial diversity. Buried rotting wood, though, provides all three slow-release nutrients, carbon for microbial life, and improved soil porosity. This creates a soil ecosystem that's resilient, self-regulating, and capable of supporting vigorous plant growth with less effort over time. After just one season, you'll notice some pretty remarkable differences. The soil holds onto moisture for much longer, roots are able to dig down deeper, and your plants really start to look healthier, with thicker stems and much darker foliage. Over several seasons, microbial diversity increases, water holding capacity gets even better, and honestly, your yields just keep on growing. The best part is, well, it's really low maintenance. Once the wood is buried, it just keeps feeding your soil year after year, unlike fertilizers, which need to be reapplied all the time. So, rotting wood isn't just trash. It's actually a secret weapon for serious gardeners. When it's buried the right way, it becomes a slow-release water reservoir, a microbial supercharger, and a nutrient booster, all rolled into one. And when you combine it with mulch and keep an eye on your soil using a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, your raised beds and gardens can honestly reach a whole new level of productivity and resilience. If you want to grow stronger plants, healthier soil, and get bigger yields without having to water constantly or rely on chemical inputs, it's time to start seeing rotting wood as a resource, not just waste. Share this video with other gardeners you know who are still tossing wood, and help them unlock the hidden potential right in their own soil. And, hey, don't forget to subscribe to Farm Logic for more practical, tested gardening techniques, soil biology strategies, and real methods that actually work in real gardens. Your soil and your plants will thank you.